Your body is supposed to protect you, to heal you, to keep you alive through every second of your existence. But what happens when it doesn't? What happens when the same body that once let you run, laugh, and love suddenly turns on you like a traitor? Forget car crashes, forget wild animals, forget accidents, because some of the most excruciating ways to die don't come from the outside world. They come from within. Tonight, we're diving into the most painful ways the human body can kill itself. And trust me, nothing is scarier than realizing you can't run away from yourself. The poison incident. Liver failure. It starts small, a dull ache in your side, maybe some nausea. Most people shrug it off as bad food or maybe a hangover. But for a man in his late 30s from Manchester, it wasn't just a bad day. It was his liver shutting down. Years of silent damage caught up to him in a single week. His skin turned a sickly yellow, his eyes glassy, glowing with jaundice. By day 3, he wasn't just tired, he was hallucinating. He swore he saw insects crawling across his walls. He screamed at shadows that weren't there. His own blood was filling with toxins that his failing liver could no longer clean. Doctors tried pumping him with fluids, but the pain was unimaginable. His abdomen swelled until it looked like it might burst. He begged for relief, clawing at his hospital bed, gasping for air like every second was suffocating him. When his wife leaned over to whisper, "It'll be okay," he whispered back through cracked lips, "It feels like poison in my veins." Because that's exactly what it was. His body was drowning him in his own toxins, and when the seizures started, they knew it was only a matter of hours. He passed, slowly, his body quietly poisoning itself until his brain shut down entirely, a man alive, but already gone inside before his heart stopped. The Vice incident. Heart attack. In Las Vegas, a man in his early 50s staggered out of his office one Friday afternoon. At first, coworkers thought he was joking. He clutched his chest, laughed nervously, then collapsed onto the carpet. What they didn't realize is that a heart attack doesn't always look like a movie scene. It feels like being squeezed in a vice grip from the inside. His chest felt like it was imploding. Paramedics arrived within minutes, but the pain didn't stop. He was conscious as they laid him on the stretcher, begging them to make it stop. Every nerve in his chest and arm screamed with fire. His body pumped out adrenaline, sweat pouring like rain. By the time they reached the ER, he was pale, eyes wide, gasping for air. And then it happened. His heart literally stopped in his chest, electricity surging through his body as doctors tried shocking him back to life. The machine beeped, once, twice, silence. All because the same heart that had kept him alive for 5 decades decided it was done. The lock-in incident? Stroke. Imagine being trapped in your own body, your brain screaming, but your mouth unable to speak. That's what happened to a woman in her late 60s in Kyoto. One evening, while preparing dinner, her right hand simply stopped working. The spoon dropped to the floor. Her husband laughed, thinking she was being clumsy, but then her smile froze. One side of her face drooped like melting wax. She tried to yell. Nothing came out. She could still hear. She could still see, but her brain was shutting down piece by piece. By the time paramedics arrived, she was fully paralyzed on one side. She blinked frantically, trying to scream, "I'm still here," but her body betrayed her. They called it a stroke. Doctors fought to save her, but the damage was already carved into her brain. For 3 days she lived like that, a prisoner in her own skin. Her family begged her to respond, but she could only cry silent tears. And on the 4th day, her body gave up entirely. Death didn't come as a crash or an explosion. It came as a slow suffocation of the mind. Trapped. Alone. A consciousness locked inside a dying machine. The rot incident. Septic shock. It started with a cut. Just a simple cut on the leg from gardening. But for a man in rural Texas, that scratch became a nightmare. Within 48 hours, his temperature spiked to 104. His skin flushed bright red. He vomited until blood came out. His wife rushed him to the ER, where doctors realized the infection had spread into his blood. Sepsis, the body's worst betrayal. His immune system went into overdrive, attacking not just the bacteria, but his own organs. His lungs filled with fluid. His kidneys stopped filtering. His veins turned black and blue. Every nerve screamed with pain. He clawed at the bed, moaning like an animal, sweat soaking the sheets as his body essentially began rotting from the inside out. Nurses pumped him with antibiotics, fluids, oxygen, but the infection was too fast, too strong. By day 3, his hands were turning purple. tissue dying, blood no longer flowing. His wife described holding his hand one last time, except it no longer felt warm. It felt like holding ice. He gasped, choked, eyes rolling back, until his body collapsed into full organ failure. All from a cut. His body didn't just lose the fight, it killed him in the process. The desert incident. Dehydration. Dying of thirst isn't just uncomfortable, it's torture. A young backpacker in Arizona underestimated the desert heat. He had 1 bottle of water. By day 2, it was gone. By day 3, so was he. His lips cracked and bled. His tongue swelled until he couldn't swallow. Each step felt like dragging his feet through fire. His vision blurred. He swore he saw water shimmering in the distance. But when he stumbled toward it, his knees buckled into dry sand. The human body can't last more than a few days without water. Organs begin shutting down, blood thickens, the brain swells. He started hallucinating, laughing, talking to people who weren't there. His skin dried and split, his body shrinking like a raisin under the sun. When rangers finally found him, he was curled in the shade of a rock, mouth open, eyes sunken, gone. His body had consumed itself just to survive a little longer. There are fast deaths, and then there's dehydration, the slowest torture your body can give you. So, what's worse, being crushed in an accident or slowly poisoned by the same body that once kept you alive? Heart attacks, strokes, sepsis, dehydration, and organ failure. None of these are quick. They are cruel, they are silent, and they don't wait for an accident. They wait for time. You don't always need an enemy outside. Sometimes the deadliest killer is already living inside you. So when your body signals you, remember to listen to it and take care of your machine if you intend to live a long and healthy life. See ya in the next one.